Hello everyone. Yes, this really is as big as it looks on camera. This is our super, how big is it, Mrs B?
Super duper.
It's a super king size bed, and we thought we're not going to do all of our podcasts. By the way, it's a podcast. You enjoyed last one so much, we thought we'd video this one. So this is Mortar to Water podcast from a super king size bed.
Yeah.
We're going to do the usual format, answer all of your questions. We'll probably do it from the lounge in a minute. We might actually do some of the questions from here, but
The lounge?
we'll see. Well, whatever you call a lounge.
Salon.
Salon.
Saloon.
The saloon. We will see you in a moment when we go into the saloon, the lounge, the area of the boat with the sofa in. But yeah, we're going to take, sorry, we're not going to take, we're going to talk about our super king size bed because we've had quite a few questions. So we will see you in a moment. Right, now we're going to film us getting off the bed.
Imagine in the middle of the night if you need to have a wee.
It is a big bed. Right, come on,
And
Mrs.
we're a bit
B.
old. We're a bit
Yeah,
old.
come on, I need to get the kettle on. Right, shall we start, Mrs. Bonneville?
Yes, let's start.
Right, let's start by moving all these cushions. I've got a little bit of a thing for cushions. By the way, we weren't going to do the podcast on the bed or in the bed, just because we'd have ended up falling asleep. It's that big and comfortable. Right, let us sit down. Oh,
What have you got in your hand there?
what's a faff?
Oh, you've got
What's
your...
a faff?
Right. I think the sun's gone to my head.
Welcome, by the way, to our second videoed podcast, Mortar to Water. We will, of course, drop the link in the description for those that just want to watch or listen, sorry, instead of watching us for probably an hour. And before I forget, the link, I think we've already said it, but the link to series 3 of our motorbike tour to Austria will be in the video description, and I'll link it here for, depends what device you're watching it on. I'm a little bit out of breath today because I am exhausted. We have had a day cleaning, haven't we?
Oh, you've done the
I've
outside.
cleaned the outside. Mrs. Bonneville has
I've done the inside.
done that much inside.
I've done every cupboard.
She's done lots.
I've done all the cupboards and I've been to the laundry. Oh, I've just done everything. And the sun is shining. I'm so
Cuckoo.
sorry. I've got like a halo thing behind
Cuckoo.
me. So the sun might be shining on you. You've caught the sun today. You know.
Right, anyway, we're rambling.
Yeah.
Right, so you know the format. If you're new here, it's as basic as we answer your questions that you very, very kindly sent in via lovelifetriumph.co.uk or via our YouTube channel in the comments section. So, shall we crack on, Mrs. Bonneville?
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look then. So, podcast questions. Pauline Robertson from Poole. Is Poole in Dorset?
Pool in Dorset.
Why are you
Oh,
putting your hand like that?
I've done it over your eyes. Me and my sister, and when we were little, used to spend so many wonderful times down in Pool in Dorset. Yeah.
Anyway, Pauline has asked this question and has contacted us via our website. So, how do you manage to keep going? It must be difficult making vlogs every week in lockdown. Please keep them coming. I really do look forward to the madness on Sunday evening. Pauline, first of all, thank you very much for the lovely comments.
Thank you.
Mrs. B, how do you manage to keep going every week?
Well, do you know, that's so funny that, because I was talking to one of our friends on the marina today, and she was asking exactly the same question. And we just think, well, do you know what? We're all about
Having no plan.
No, exactly. We're all about life on a marina at the moment because we can't do anything. But we just think, right, we'll go for a walk, so let's take the camera out. We'll do this, let's take the camera out. In fact, coming up on the vlog next week, there's something about the rug and me being a little bit of a... oh, maybe I won't share that, actually. Cut, I don't know.
No, we're not cutting anything. We're just going to go with it. So
Okay.
don't say cut, Mrs. Bonneville.
Okay.
I don't know where she's going with it, bless her. She had too much sun. How do we manage to keep going? I think Mrs. B's hit it on the head. We are who we are. We don't script anything, as you know. We just get up, and if we're out together, we'll take the camera with us. And I know it's 99%, of us walking around, but We can't do much more than that at the moment, and I'm not having a pop, but I've said it before. There are other boat tubers out there that seem to have crawled into the woodwork. So, you know, we try to do the best we can with, you know, the situation that we find ourselves in. So, Pauline, thank you ever so much for that question.
Yeah,
It's
sorry, I'm
really
sorry I waffled.
appreciated. Yeah, she's just.
I just waffled.
She
I've
needs
had
to
far
get
too much
on
sun today.
the game today. Come on. So, Rob and Mandy Southall from Garstang. I have no idea where Garstang is.
Is that Leeds?
No.
Oh no, that's Garforth.
Garstang, is it Preston area?
Oh,
anyway,
right, okay.
Rob and Mandy, and this has come via the YouTube comments section. I should actually put one of those little inserts in, shouldn't I? You know, copy the... Anyway, I may do that for the next podcast. Right, instead of reading them out all the time. Rob and Mandy, oh my God, you pair are crazy. Funny and so lovely. Thank you. Thank you for the weekly vlogs and also the links to the bike stuff. Really am enjoying the trips down to the Alps. So we would both love to know if Mercia Marina will be your forever home. We plan to be there next year and when we get our first narrowboat. Right, Rob and Mandy, good luck with that.
Let us know when you're here.
Let us know.
And come and say hello, please. Come and say hello.
Absolutely. I'm not allowed to talk too much about motorbikes because we did get some comments in terms of this is a boat channel.
Exactly,
of course it's
exactly.
a boat channel, but it's a boat channel with some links to some motorbike stuff. So thank you for that shout out about the motorbike stuff, Rob. Will it be our forever home, Mercia Marina?
No. It's going to be our home for the foreseeable future, but our plan is to move somewhere eventually hot.
Yeah, again, for the foreseeable future, who knows? No one knows what's around the corner. Look at the last 12 months globally. But yeah, foreseeable future, Mercia Marina, we absolutely love the place.
I love it.
But longer term, for those that haven't watched or been following us, we would love a wide beam at some point, or a much bigger boat. It doesn't have to be a wide beam, it might be a Dutch barge, but eventually to live on it in a very, very nice warm climate. We've always said we want some sun on our backs before we kind of pop our clogs. So don't know how long that's going to be, Rob and Mandy. But again, Mrs B's foreseeable future.
We don't intend to pop our clogs very soon, do we?
No, I've no intention of going anywhere.
No.
You know, Mrs Bonneville will probably roll her eyes at that. No, I'm joking. Foreseeable future, who knows? But yeah, right now we love the place. But we've always said, and it's not criticism, is it, of Mercia Marina. If we could pick Mercia Marina up and put it, you know, somewhere warm.
France,
it would be,
Spain, somewhere,
but
yeah.
That's, you know, who knows, as I say. But yeah, that's our longer term plans.
As you get older, things creak and your joints
like
get a
the
little
boat.
bit, and your joints get a little bit, And do you know, even today we've had some really warm sunshine today.
We have.
And I've been out in my t-shirt and stuff, and my body's going, thank you. The vitamin D that's coming down is just amazing.
We're like little lizards when the sun comes out. We just, we just stand there and sit there or lie there.
Wherever the sun is, we're just following it, aren't we?
So listen, Rob and Mandy, thank you for that question. We have got Sue. Sorry, I'm struggling because it's the sunlight.
It's just
Sue
beautiful.
and Robert Griffiths from Neston. I have no idea, genuinely no idea where Neston is. And again, this has come from our YouTube comments section. So Sue and Rob ask or have said, we think you pair are great, so refreshing and straightforward.
Thank you.
Keep it. We're not everyone's cup of tea because of that, but we are straightforward. There's nothing else behind this.
No,
there's no other agenda. This is us. So we think you are so refreshing and straightforward. Keep up the amazing work and vlogs. Thank you. We also really like the addition of the bikes. Oh God, I'm not allowed to talk about them. The bike stuff and the bike tours. Really great viewing. Thank you, especially in lockdown. Again, thank you. Our question is, does it? Oh God. Does it not annoy you? Pause. You may or may not believe me, but I'm going to say it. I haven't shared these questions with Mrs.
I have no
Bonneville.
idea. Promise you,
Never
idea.
do. I just read them out right. So, sorry about that. Our question is, does it not annoy you that other YouTube channels simply appear to have vanished now that they're unable to move? Come on, put some effort in and produce a vlog. It surely must get you mad. Mrs Bonneville, you go first.
Well, I do think, you know, we're so fortunate, all as boaters, whether you're a boater on a marina or a continuous cruiser, we're all so incredibly fortunate that we've got this huge, great outdoors on our doorstep. So, you know, you might absolutely get so sick and tired of our walks when we do a walk, but we're doing a walk because we've got all this countryside around us. So why not go out and do a walk and film it?
You know what? Mrs Bonneville will be a far better politician than me. It does annoy me, if I'm honest with you, because you know we're not going to name them. We follow a real variety of boat tubers, and we follow a variety of other channels as well. It's not just, we don't just sit here watching boat tubers, we really don't. But yeah, it does frustrate me, if I'm honest with you. It just appears that they've vanished for whatever reason. And you know, whether they think, you know, they have to be showing content of them cruising all the time, fine. My only comment to that question would be, you know, maybe just come out and say why you're not producing vlogs. It's as simple as that. If we didn't produce a vlog next week, I would guarantee I would post something on a little site saying, hey, no vlog this week or for the foreseeable future, folks, because.
Yeah, can I just say, and the YouTubers that we watch, and we've made no bones about who we watch and who we love watching.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's their personality, it's them that we're watching.
Correct.
You know, not to name too many names. I mean, we love Weldeck, and
well, everyone knows they're my favourite.
Yeah, and Foxes. Oh, Colin, last night was just amazing. We love all the stuff that they do. And it's your personality that we watch. Yeah. We love your personality. We love it, and that's what people watch.
Yeah, and personally, and again, don't take this wrong. You know, this is going to probably sound rich coming from someone that's never taken the boat out of marina yet. I don't personally find it, you know, particularly brilliant viewing to watch a boat go through a lock. Mrs B's right. It's the personality of those channels we love.
We love the people that are doing them.
Yeah, it does. Quite well, it frustrates me, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, I don't want to get some comments.
Can I just say, we're absolutely loving, we're on the move at the moment, aren't we? We're just loving you two.
Absolutely.
At the moment, you two are
peeing myself laughing.
Oh, you're just so funny.
Yeah,
you're just so funny.
If you've not watched We're on the Move, check them out.
Watch them, they are funny.
They're on a big wide beam.
We laugh out loud. We laugh out loud,
yeah, we
don't
do.
we?
Anyway,
yeah, we can digress. Yeah.
Right, so where are we? Elizabeth Peters, I think. Apologies, Elizabeth, if I have pronounced your surname wrong. Elizabeth Peters from Scotland, and this is via the YouTube comments again. And Elizabeth has put, I have seen some narrowboat beds in my time, but your bed is the business. What size is it, please, and who did it? P.S. P.S. My husband would like to know if Mrs B's PTs will be back soon, and he so fancies you, Mrs B. Right, before you say anything, first things first, Elizabeth, that must have taken some writing, because yeah, that's your first strike, Elizabeth Patrice's husband, by the way. Will there be any more Mrs B's PTs? We get asked this a lot. It's lovely that we do. I'm going to answer it if you don't mind, Mrs B. Watch this space, as we always say. It's as simple as that. Mrs B's PTs was pillion tips when we had our motorbike channel, and Mrs B would do tongue-in-cheek.
Oh, it was very Benny Hill. It was very sort of like Benny Hill.
Google
and
Benny Hill if you don't know who he is.
Yeah. But although it was a little bit Benny Hill and Carry On, they were very informative tips, because a lot of people focus on the rider but not the pillion, don't they? So it was all, not to dwell too much on biker stuff, because it's not a biker channel.
It's not.
But it was just tips. We've said, haven't we, about doing Mrs B's BTs about boaters tips.
Yeah. But look, anyway, just watch this space. Thank you for asking. No,
thank you.
The main question
and hello, Patrice's husband.
The main question is, or the statement is, I have seen some beds in my time. What size is it, and who did it? Well, I'm going to clip some footage now, probably talk over a little bit of it. The actual bed is a super king size. It is enormous.
Yeah.
who did it. If you've not seen Elizabeth, we did actually do a vlog a couple back, but our local kind of boat fitters here, Street Hay Engineering, actually did it. And it's literally, if you do go back on our kind of catalogue and have a look, you'll see it's not unique. They basically do a little bit of a contraption where you can pull and extend the bed right across the width of the boat. And as I say, it's turned out to be a super king size.
It's lovely.
We went down the route of having 2 single duvets for various different reasons. Mrs Bonneville just does not like to share her duvet, but we went down that route. I'm only joking with that, and we love it, don't we?
Yeah, and I don't like to share my duvet.
She hates sharing the duvet. And when we did, we've done quite a lot of travel around the Alps kind of region area, and a lot of alpine guest houses, hotels, etc. do make up the beds, the double beds with 2 single duvets, and we've kind of thought, well, we'll do that, and it's working out pretty well.
Oh,
isn't it?
it's lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely, yeah.
So Elizabeth, thank you,
Thank you.
For that question, and I think Mrs Bonneville did say hello to your husband. Did you?
I did.
You
I
did.
just winked at him as well.
Stop winking. Right, Dean Rutherford from Portsmouth, and this has come in via our website, lovelifetriumph.co.uk. Love the vlogs, and I've been wanting to ask this for a while. Do you have any regret buying a new boat, and where you and when you eventually buy the wide beam, will it be new or used? I know that's a difficult question to answer, but just curious. Please keep the great work up, and really do love the effort you pair are putting in, especially down in lockdown. Dean, thank you. Right, so let me just summarise. Do we have any regrets buying a new boat?
No.
Absolutely not at all. Again, Dean, you may want to go back quite a few videos. We did one vlog where we showed some of the boats we viewed. Now, there was one boat we viewed in Dunchurch Pools Marina. Not going to name it, but that was a pre-owned boat. I think it was about 8 or 9 years old, wasn't it? And we fell in love with it. So if we'd have been ready to proceed at that time, I think we'd have bought that boat. But any regrets buying this boat? Absolutely none at all.
Can I just tell you, we had, as we've said this before, we had set in our mind exactly what we wanted.
Yeah.
We were not going to move from the cruiser stern. That was a given. We wanted a reverse layout, and we wanted a multi-fuel stove. We got none of it. None of it. We haven't even got a semi-trad. We've got a traditional. With the bed is at the engine end, not the pointy end, and we had a diesel stove. So we got nothing that we went for. But I think it's like when you buy a house, you walk in and you go, "This is it." It had nothing that we wanted, but we loved the boat.
The one thing I will say, and I think the more experienced we get with our own boat and listening to other folks, that not that you've asked Dean, there's no such thing, and I would challenge anyone, there's no such thing as a perfect boat when you buy it. This boat, whilst it's new, has had some issues. Nothing major, but I've gone through it now. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a marine engineer or anything like that. I had some fantastic help when I first moved on with some batteries and a few other bits and pieces. I really did, and I needed that help. But since then, I've gone through the boat, all 57 feet of it. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, if I'm honest with you. As I say, I'm not saying I'm a marine engineer, far from it. But I've had to fix a few things along the way. Nothing massive. So I think that's worth pointing out as well, in terms of if there are folk out there thinking, oh, if you buy nice and shiny new, that's not the case. I think it's very similar to buying a house. If you buy a brand new house, it'll come with a snagging list.
Yeah.
This boat has had its snags. I've done 99% of it myself because that's the way I am. I have had a couple of jobs done that are outside of my ability, to be perfectly honest with you. So in terms of Dean's question, in terms of the wide beam, will we buy a new or used wide beam? We don't know, do we?
We have no idea, Dean.
You know,
no idea. We'll go and look. We'll go with a list of all the things that we want from a wide beam and get something completely different to what someone else is.
The one thing that I will say, and again, it's Dean's not asked, is if anyone out there like we were, everyone's on a budget, don't care who you are, everyone's got a budget, everyone's got a top number. The one thing that surprised us when we bought this boat new, we got a nice discount off it. And again, the more I get to understand in terms of listening to other folk, and just things in general, you know, buying a new wide beam, some of them are very expensive, and I'll be honest with you, some of them that I've looked at, I sit there and think that's out of my reach, that's out of my budget, but I don't actually think they are. So will it be new or used? My gut tells me, even though I've just said I don't know, my gut tells me. Can you hear that airplane?
Yeah.
Is it weird listening to an airplane in lockdown? Anyway, my gut tells me I think we may end up buying a pre-owned wide beam. I don't know why, but that's what my gut tells me. But we don't know, bottom line, do we?
We could win the lottery.
Yeah, you've got to do it though. I know Mrs B does it.
We could win the lottery and just have one made at Collingwood.
So Dean, thank you for that
Thank you,
question.
Dean.
Keep them coming, fella. Right, Colin, and actually I need a little slurp. Look at me, I'm so laid back, aren't I?
You
Get
are.
your big feet off me. It's got feet like boats. Right, drink.
My feet fit in Hunters. My Wellingtons.
Oh, dear
Don't they?
me. Whatever. Right, where are we? That was, who was that? Was that Dean?
Dean.
Yes, it was. Right, we've got Colin and Amanda Lloyd from Blackpool via our
Blackpool, great.
YouTube channel, comments channel, via the comments on our YouTube channel. There's nothing in that orange juice, by the way. By the way, for those that do like a little bit of a tipple every now and again, we've got a friend a couple of boats down who recommended fresh orange and Deserrano. Oh, try it. Right,
And
moving
that's not
on.
what's in there,
No, it isn't.
folks.
It's just orange juice. Right, here we go. Colin and Amanda from Blackpool via the comments section on our YouTube channel. You pair are doing what we shall be doing in a couple of years.
Yes.
We can't wait to sell a house and buy a narrowboat. We have been to Mercia Marina so many times and just wanted to know what the first thing you will do. What's the first thing you'll do when everything is back fully open post lockdown? Please keep the bike tour links coming, as I've just recently purchased a bike and our dream is to ride to the Alps. I'll go and do it.
Oh, do it. Go up the grass block now.
Thank you for the channel, and we really do love you, pair. Thank you, Colin and Amanda.
Thank you. Thank
so,
you.
what's the first thing we're going to do on the marina post this lockdown? Mrs B, what's the first thing you're going to do when everything's open?
We're going to... Oh, well, the first thing we're going to do...
On the marina.
On the marina is with two of our... Or three of our, or four of our, or five of our lovely friends.
We'll have a huge party.
We're going to have a huge party. Whether that's in the Lotus Indian, because we love the Lotus. In fact, we're going to have a Lotus Indian this evening because it's just brilliant. But we'd love to actually go inside or outside if we can eat. Just go and eat there. Just go and eat there and have some beer. I want to have a hand-pulled beer. I'm going to have a great big pint of beer.
What's she going to say then?
Great big pint of beer with an Indian.
Can I just, for those folk that don't know, the Lotus is our local Indian here on the marina. It's
beautiful.
Again, it's personal choice, but it is, we think, a very, very good Indian. The first thing I'm going to do is, again, because the question was on the marina, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a wide beam breakfast.
Oh, nice
now,
one.
For those that don't know, Keith and Maureen, Colin and Amanda, Colin and Amanda, if you've been here, you'll know there's a amazing cafe that does brilliant breakfasts, and we like the wide beam because it's a plate full of everything. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Then I'm going to go and join Mrs Bonneville
I'm
for
with
the
you on
party.
that. I've forgotten about that. Yes,
you
absolutely. Breakfast that.
No, you've had yours.
Tea time, the Indian.
You've had yours. You've had yours.
It all revolves around food and the odd pint of beer.
And a hand-pulled pint of beer.
Hand-pulled pint of beer. Oh, yeah.
Hand-pulled.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right.
On draft.
Keith and Maureen, let's not develop that. Keith and Maureen Pritchard from Dunstable. Sorry, and I should have said Colin and Amanda were via our comments. I think I said that, didn't I? That orange juice is really getting to my head. Right, Keith and Maureen Pritchard from Dunstable, and this has come via our website. We notice you are moored on a super berth at Mercia. Hope that's correct. Yes, it is.
Yes.
If so, do you mind us asking what a super berth is and how much you pay each month stroke year for that? The marina looks so beautiful. We have visited many times, and when this is all over, we shall be back. Would be great to grab a coffee and pick your brains as you pair are doing what we shall be doing one day. Keep the vlogs coming. They really are so funny. P.S. Any tips on passing my big bike licence? I have failed it 5 times now. I'll come back to that in a minute. Thank you. Yeah, Mercia is amazing.
Come and join us. It's
come
brilliant.
and join us when all this madness is over and pick our brains.
You'll love it.
We're not saying we're going to be any use. What's a super berth? Well, go on, Mrs B, you explain.
Well, they call them fingers. So each area is named after a bird because, of course, it's a nature reserve. So we're actually we're on Upland Goose, aren't we? I can say that because we gated and everything. But you have sort of like a walkway. A pontoon that links all the boats, and then in between each boat you've got like a walkway which is known as a finger. Now on a normal pontoon you have like a finger, and then you have 2 boats and then another finger, and then 2 boats and another finger. So in between those 2 fingers you can either have 2 boats or a wide beam. But on a super berth you have one of these fingers which is a walkway, and then your boat, then another finger which is a walkway, and then the other boat. So you've got 2 walkways at either side of you. So that's the difference. So you can walk at either side of your boat.
Yeah, so ultimately you just get a little bit more space between you and your fellow boater. Well described. Keith and Maureen, sorry, in terms of pricing, go and have a look on the website. Basically, the super berths and the all mooring at the marina is priced on length of boat. Yes, you will pay a little bit more if you're on a super berth like we are, but primarily it's all on the length of the boat. So have a look on Mercia Marina's website. You'll see a link there. It's very, very clear in terms of mooring. Click on that, and then there's another link for mooring fees. So have a look, because basically it's on the length of your boat. Right, moving on. Thank you for that question, by the way.
And she asked about the bike. Are you going to come back to that?
Yes, sorry. Sorry, where was it? Yeah, keep the vlogs from. P.S. Any tips on passing my big bike license? I have failed 5 times now. Pack it in. Joking. I'm joking. I am joking. Look, I don't know what you failed on. Drop me an email on lovelifetriumph.co.uk. You probably have gathered I am an ex-motorcycle instructor. I'd be happy to correspond via email or even have a phone call. What I can't guess is what you've obviously come slightly below the line on. It might be something you have done several times, or they may just be different kind of points that the examiner has observed whilst you're being going through your bike test. So seriously, Keith, drop me an email and I would seriously be happy to talk you through, even on a phone call, and give you some hints and tips. If it's a recurring fault, we can talk about it, but drop me a note if you really want to, and I'd be delighted to kind of have a chat with you.
It's very good with that. It's very good.
Right, so thank you, Mrs B. Moving on, we've got Cheryl Peters. I'm so laid back, I'm about to fall asleep.
I know, and this sun isn't helping, is it? We're like that.
We've got Cheryl Peters from just outside Exeter in Devon, a place we love.
Exeter, yeah.
And this has come via Love Life Triumph, our website .co.uk. And Cheryl's actually been very cheeky, and she's got 3 questions. Right, 3 questions, if I may. Well, yes, you may.
Of course you can, Cheryl.
1. What else will you be doing to your boat in terms of changes? 2. I know it's not boat related, but oh god, what first big bike would you recommend for a lady rider? 3. You used to be instructor. Can I ask what the process is, please? Because I have absolutely fallen in love with biking and now want to qualify as a motorcycle instructor. Keep up the brilliantly funny vlogs. Thank you. They really do have me and my husband in stitches.
Oh,
thank you. That is really nice. Look, points 2 and 3. So what first big bike and how to be an instructor. Because we're a boat channel, I'll say again, drop me an email. Seriously, Cheryl, drop me an email, and I'll be delighted to answer it, or even have a telephone call with you in terms of some possible recommendations for your first kind of big bike and the route to become a qualified instructor. So drop me an email. But as I say, we are going to keep this kind of boat related, if you don't mind. We can answer your first one though, which was, what else will you be doing to your boat in terms of changes? Mrs Bonneville, would you like to summarise what we've done to date?
Yes.
Before we go on to what we may be doing in the future.
We've had a bed extension. We've now got a super king size. Bring it on. It's just amazing. We've had a fabulous new...
About 8 o'clock at night, sorry, we're like itching to go to bed.
Yeah, we keep the bedroom door open, and although we're addicted to Netflix, we keep looking in the bedroom going, shall we go now? Is it too early? 9 o'clock? Shall we go now? And it's just to go to sleep, not for anything wild and amazing. And...
How do you know?
Anyway, so Super King, we've had a lovely new tap, a bit like Jamie Oliver type posh tap thing done. We've had the stove, yes. We've had
Cratch cover.
We've got a pram cover coming, but we can't have it fitted yet because of the pandemic. We can't let anybody in. And we've also got some cushion covers coming for the well deck. So that's although that's not like an alteration or stuff, but that's coming too. I can't think that there's anything else that we're going to have done.
There's probably we're having a little bit of work done. We've got some work to be done. Just literally under the well deck.
Yeah.
We did have a day tank when we had the diesel stove. I had that taken out, and it's basically left a huge void. And we're going to have a little bit of work there with the step, one of those steps that you can lift up, and then we're going to put some storage in
just
there.
Behind me.
Yeah. So there's that. That's definitely going to happen. Mrs Bonneville's right. We've got a canopy a pram cover to go on the back of the boat. The only other big item, we have toyed around with doing a little bit of work to the wardrobes. We would like some bespoke doors to be made, but that's not essential. I suppose the next thing, will it be this year, will it be next year, don't know, is to get some solar.
Solar
we
panels.
We do need some solar panels. Now, I know, God, this is like the great toilet debate.
And the diesel stove debate.
Yeah, well, what type of solar? Don't know. Are we going to get the traditional panels or the stick down ones? Don't know. But that's probably the next big job on the boat. And then after that, no, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Other than, just general decorations.
Can I just say, is it Cheryl?
Yeah.
Can I just say, Cheryl, we said earlier that Mr. B's been cleaning the outside of the boat, and it looks amazing. And I've been having a little bit of a spring clean inside. And Darren came and sat on the well deck earlier, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just stood here looking at our beautiful home." And I was just stood and just admiring it because she's just so pretty, isn't she?
Yeah, we like her.
Just
we do.
so pretty, yeah.
Right, so Cheryl.
Yeah, so thanks, Cheryl.
Yeah, hope that answers your question. I think it's like anything, isn't it? Very, very briefly. It doesn't matter where you live, house, boat, van, you're always doing things to it. So, but we haven't got anything major to do, as I say, other than the solar. So, right, Jackie and Pete Jones from Cheshire. And this has come via our YouTube comment section. Sunday night at 7 p.m. in our house is all about the Bonnevilles.
Yay, thank you.
Now you have also included the links to the bike antics. It has made the evening so much more enjoyable. Thank you. Thank you. Bikes and boats is a brilliant idea. Quick question, if we may. Have you found having the cratch cover fitted keeps the boat any warmer, and has it become a dumping ground? When we had our narrowboat, we just used it as a storage cubby hole, which was a huge shame.
Can I answer that? Firstly, yes, it makes it so incredibly warm. And secondly, as you're getting to know Mr. B, if you don't know Mr. B yet, he's so clean and tidy. We joke that when I'm getting off the sofa, he's already plumping the cushions up as I get off the sofa. So will it become a dumping ground?
No.
Never. There's not one part of this boat becomes a dumping ground because Mr. B wouldn't let it. I am a lot more relaxed in that respect. If I was owning this boat, then it probably would be a little bit more messy, wouldn't it, Mr. B? It would be clean, but a little bit more messy. but Darren is so articulate about everything that we do keep it nice and tidy. Don't
Articulate.
we? Articulate.
Yeah, look, Mrs B's right. Does it keep the boat warm? Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's no doubt about that. We noticed it immediately. We had obviously the cratch cover fitted, you know, in the depths of winter, and almost immediately we noticed it keeps a lot of weather and the kind of the temperature. You know, really, yeah. Again, is it a dumping ground? No, you can see on, well, you probably can't because that sun is directly in that lens. So I'm really sorry. But the well deck is another room. It's got a little table in there. We will use it in the spring and summer to eat and just chill. So there'll be no. Someone said to me the other day, "Why don't you put some coal on your roof?" There's no coal going on the roof of this boat. I'm not knocking those boaters that do that. I'm not putting coal on the roof of our boat. The only thing that's going on the roof of the boat is solar and some, you know, boating equipment. And it's the same with the well deck. I'm not putting anything in there, and it's not going to be dumping ground. So that's just the way I am. I make no apologies for that. Right, thank you for that question. We really, we love these, by the way, and I did mean it before. I don't share with Mrs B what these are.
I have no idea.
I just
no
read them
idea.
out.
Not a clue.
Right, here we go. So Bev and Ian from Potter's Bar, and this again has come from via the comments section. I actually can remember reading this one. We would love to do what you were doing. We just don't have the courage to come off the property ladder.
Oh.
Perhaps one day. Can't help you out with that, but do it. We would love to know how you were getting on with your neighbours, especially as you are rather close. Do you feel you have no privacy? Life on the cut, we think, would be a different story. P.S. We love the vlogs and please do keep them coming.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank
how are we
you
getting
so
on
much.
with? Well, we don't like any of our neighbours.
We love that. Can I just say, we came from a very old terraced house, a really old terraced house. She was 120 years old. And so we used to live in next door to people. And from there to here, it's just completely different. We've got a super berth, so we've got the, like I said to you earlier, we've got that finger at either side the pathway. Our neighbours are brilliant. We are so fortunate. We're not just saying that because our neighbours watch this, but we are so fortunate that we have the most amazing neighbours. Do we feel encroached on? No, not in the slightest. The lovely thing about being on the boat is if you want to socialise, and I sit on the well deck sometimes with my lovely neighbour and we pass the time of the day. I don't have to do that and he doesn't have to do that. I do it with my neighbour at that side, but they don't have to do that, and if I don't want to do that, I don't need to do that. We've got the best of both worlds, you know. We're fortunate we've got the super berth, but even if we haven't got the super berth, even though you're right close to your neighbour, you don't feel encroached on, do you? And I think really when we're moored up on the canal path and it's springtime, the towpath, and it's springtime or summertime, they get packed with bikes and families and stuff, which is lovely. But I would feel more exposed on the towpath than I do with my neighbours and fellow boaters. Have I just waffled there?
Yeah.
Oh,
do you know what?
Sorry.
I can't believe how much she waffles today.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to cut any of this, by the way. Look, we've got brilliant neighbours. Mrs B's right. And I genuinely mean that. But believe you me, I don't say things for sake of it. But we have got amazing neighbours. We've got a neighbour who's just recently bought an amazing motorbike that we used to have. And he's an amazing chap. And I really do mean it. I'd never want to embarrass him. And I'm not going to name him or his boat, but he is an amazing guy. I now class him as a friend. Further down the pontoon, in fact, everywhere we look, we've got amazing folk who are massively experienced boaters, a lot of them, and are helping us. And the hints and tips we get are brilliant. All our neighbours, including actually Mrs B, so we don't rotate it, but everyone kind of cooks and bakes, and you know. Probably after this, we're probably going to go and have a couple of beers with them because the sun's out. It's just a brilliant place to live, and our neighbours are amazing.
Can I just say, one of our other neighbours that lives quite a few pontoons down keep saying, we're your neighbours too. So when you're baking those pasties, we're
Yes,
your
Jules.
neighbours too, Jules. So, hey, Jules, next time I make some pasties, I promise you,
No.
I promise,
No.
you will get some pasties.
No, you're not in our gang, Jules. You're not in our gang.
She's doing the Frodo foot gang though, so you can be in that one.
Right.
Anybody with big feet.
That's a different one altogether. Right, so yeah, we basically absolutely love our neighbours. Do we feel encroached on? No. You're right, maybe, you know, when we do eventually get to go out on the cut, we might find a nice little mooring spot for a couple of days and it'll be peace and tranquility. But I guarantee we will miss where we are right now because it's the community that we love as well.
Yeah.
I know not everyone will buy into that. You know, there's a lot of continuous cruisers out there would probably be horrified with having to come into a marina. Well, fine. I respect your world, you know, maybe respect ours with the greatest of respect. We love where we are. But equally, as I say, the cut might be a different story.
Can I just say, a fly's just flown in. That's the first fly I've seen.
No, it's the second one. We had one the other day, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just watching that. It looks really funny to see a fly, doesn't it? Yeah.
Right, so
Okay.
Katie Price from the Isle of Wight via lovelifetriumph.co.uk. The inside of your narrowboat looks wonderful, so
Thank you.
cosy, and not what a typical narrowboat looks like. Each to their own, I suppose. Absolutely, Katie. Do you mind me asking if you have any regrets with the sofa? Most folk go with the 2 individual captain's chairs, or whatever they're called.
They are captain's
P.S.
chairs.
Please keep the vlogs coming, you pair. Thank you very much for the lovely
Thank you.
comments in
Thank
terms
you.
of the boat. And again, it's massively subjective, isn't it? We know this isn't going to be to everyone's taste, and the greatest of respect, we don't care. We do it because we've done it this way because we live here and we happen to like this kind of look, style and feel. Any regrets on the sofa,
No.
Mrs B? No, God, not at all.
No, not a one. The captain's chairs are, oh look at that
Massively
flag,
comfy.
are so comfy. Absolutely comfy. But we just like a sofa,
We
don't
just
we?
prefer a sofa. I happen to think a sofa is a little bit more sociable. You know, we can cuddle up. It's a 3-seater. It is enormous. I can comfortably lie, you know, and stretch out and sleep on it if I want to. But no, look at it. It's just so comfy. So no regrets. The only regret I've got is building it. The night we built this, look, we should have vlogged that. That would have been YouTube gold.
The trouble is, there was a lot of swearing, and we didn't. Me and Mr. B very, very, very rarely argue. I'm not saying we've got the perfect marriage because we haven't. We do have the odd word, but what we tend to do is just not talk. And when we're doing stuff, and that evening it took about 4.5 hours, and I think we said about 4 words, and there was a lot of humping and pumping.
Yeah, there was. And by the way, this sofa, there isn't one screw,
Or glue.
one nail, or glue on this sofa, or in terms of nothing.
It's
Anyway,
all just put together, yeah.
it is.
But we love it. We love the sofa. It's lovely and comfy.
We do, Katie. Right, moving on. Steve and Vicky Richardson from Ipswich, and they have, sorry, this is via the YouTube comments, and they've put, both addicted to you pair, and love how you just say what you think,
Thank
and
you.
how much fun you seem to have. It's all put on. You truly are an inspiration to anyone wanting to change their lifestyle and perspective on the world. We have to ask this. Any regrets getting rid of the diesel stove for multi-fuel? Steve, you're having a laugh, aren't you? Are you having a laugh? Did you not? Did you not see our last podcast?
No, let me just answer him. The diesel stove is so pretty, and it is lovely.
Pretty? They're horrible. They
Oh,
look horrible.
I thought she was so pretty, but no, I'm loving this. I love the multi-fuel.
Great respect, Steve. I'm only joking, but seriously, have a look at the last podcast. We do go into a little bit of detail in terms of the diesel stove. All I'll say is I have no regrets whatsoever. I appreciate Mrs B's world. She thought they looked lovely and modern. I couldn't stand the sight of the damn thing. The multi-fuel, absolutely love it. Love it to bits. I really do. And I'll say just one final point, which we did talk about a little bit on our podcast about the stove. I love knowing now that I am not reliant upon diesel to heat the boat. So logs, coal, bring it on. But seriously, go watch the podcast for a little bit more detail. Final question. Well, don't know how long we've been whittling on for. Martin and Gaynor Sims from Stevenage, and this has come via lovelifetriumph.co.uk. Let me just read it out. We would love to do what you have done, perhaps in a few years when we have saved a little bit more and have got the nerve. Yeah, it does take a bit of nerve, I must admit. Do you mind us asking how you deal with not really knowing what you are doing and the folk around you who may not appreciate you not knowing anything about boating?
Oh no, that's a really good question.
Yeah, we are. So I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a minute. We are so interested to know how you deal with it. Love the weekly vlogs and please keep the bike stuff coming. There is a theme, by the way. Don't tune out. There is a theme, by the way, with the bike stuff. I just want to reiterate, they are just links. So thank you for that feedback.
Yeah, thank you.
Right, Mrs Bonneville, how do we deal with knowing we know nothing about boating and others around us? How do they feel about that?
Can I just say, we came on here, if you've watched our vlogs from the beginning, absolutely novices. We
Still are.
We knew, yeah, we don't. We knew nothing about boats at all.
We still do.
And do you know, there's so many people on the marina that have been here a long time and they just know so much about so much. And it's not that they look on you and go, oh my goodness, here we go. It's like in the country, here's another townie coming, not knowing what they're doing, and we have not had any of that. All we had from the very minute we came on this marina and we said to one of our neighbours, could you help us with this? Straight away they said, absolutely we can. This is what you need to do. Just open up yourself to taking the advice that you're given. And they love giving the advice. They've been doing this for years and years and years. And if you're passionate about something and you love doing something, then you love to relay that to somebody else. So that's what you'll find. Ask and you'll get some really good advice. That's my opinion. Does that make sense?
Banging on.
I'm waffling today.
Absolute waffle today.
A little bit of sunshine and I'm at it. I'm at it.
Apologies, folks. No, I'm joking. I would summarise that by saying it's about being humble. We came on here, we are here now, and we still don't know our arse from our elbow because we haven't even taken the boat out. Do I understand a little bit more of the kind of workings of a boat? Of course I do. But we still don't know our arse from our elbow, so it's about being humble. It's also, and it's not criticism, it is about filtering. Let me give you an example. I've spent, for those that have watched our other stuff, I spent nearly 30 years in the motorcycle industry as an instructor, built up a fairly large instructor school, and that was my life for 30 years. And the way I worked that life was I would offer advice when it was asked. I wouldn't step in. I wouldn't, oh, look at me, I am, 30 years in motorbikes. I would offer advice if I was asked, and that's generally how it works here in this marina, which is the one thing I love about it. The filter comment is you do, in my opinion, have to filter out the different sets of advice and opinions you will get. It's the same with a motorbike. Darren, what's the best 1000cc motorbike? My response may be different to someone else, and that's the same with boating. So you do have to do a little bit of filtering, but it's about being humble. And again, Mrs B is absolutely right. Everyone on this marina, and I mean everyone, has been amazing. And I'm not just saying that. They've been on the front foot to help us. We took the boat out recently for fuel, and immediately we were kind of coming back to more. There were folk out helping us. So I have no negative other than to say, as I say, you do occasionally have to filter because everyone will have, rightly so, an opinion on something. So you just have to filter and kind of walk away and kind of process it for yourself. But generally speaking, what an amazing group of people. Amazing. And we generally do mean that, don't we?
I love it.
Yeah.
Love the people here.
It's just amazing. It really is.
Embrace it. Embrace all the people around you.
Yeah. You can't be, and excuse the pun, if you come onto a marina or or buy a boat, in my humble opinion, and you know, become an island, you know, you really, particularly if you've come at it like, you know, we have, absolute utter novices. If you become a little bit insular and an island, and you're not, you know, the type of person to want to put their hand up and know that they need help, it may not be for you, because the learning curve is, I think, enormous, to be perfectly. Don't let that put you off. But yeah, just be humble and be aware that what you don't know will be a lot, and there'll be others around you just trying to help you.
Yes, and there's people there that know
stuff
about stuff, and they're more than willing to offer their advice.
Yeah, we've got a guy behind us, and again, I won't name him, and his wife. He's given us so many tips. You know, a dehumidifier, the dry mat for under the mattress, and you know, just little things. I wouldn't have had a clue. About
if he was a book,
like that.
It'd be a thesaurus.
Yeah, he's amazing. And our neighbour, I'd say, our neighbour's just bought the motorbike. He's given us so many tips on so many different things about being on a boat. So
it's about asking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just open yourself up to it. Right, I don't know how to end this, because as you can see, I've put the iPad away. Those are all the questions. Mrs Bonneville.
We could just nod off. We could just end it by sort of like playing some nice soft music and just sort of like going like this music. And just going to sleep. The sun is shining.
Can I just gently apologise to my wife on this month's podcast, because she's been a little bit... I think you've had a bit too much sun, haven't you?
I've just had a lovely day. I've had a busy day, and I've been chatting to everybody, and I just...
Yeah, look, we're going to end it now. Look, thank you very much for your questions. Please keep them coming. I'm going to reiterate, if you don't like watching the podcast, there will be a link in the video description, so you might just want to listen to it. We did have a couple of comments and emails from last month in terms of amazing, brilliant, love it, keep it up. But we did have some comments in terms of, oh, I'm a little bit more traditional with podcasts. Nothing changes. Click the link in the video description so you can listen to it as a typical and traditional podcast. We will see you next Sunday for the weekly vlog. Until then, stay safe, look after one another, and we are almost coming out of you know what.
Yay!
Yes. Right, goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
I'm going to turn the camera off. Oh, that was me getting up in a knot. So this is the Narrowboat shuffle. Goodbye. Say goodbye, Mrs Bonneville.
Narrowboat shuffle. That's so funny. Bye.
Goodbye, Mrs Bonneville. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is a test.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Test of the
to
microphone.
See if the microphone is working.
I think it is working.
And is it working and stuff?
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, we will find out.
I think it is. This is Love Life Triumph.
.com.
.co.uk. Right, testy. Thank you. Goodbye.